Yo yo yo, what is the crack? It is me, the minion of AllCast Irish Gamers. That's my gamer tag. Stick yours in the comments and we will get a duel sometime. Also please make sure to like and subscribe. You do me a huge solid, helps the channel so much. So welcome along, we're going to be talking about the MVPs of my Dark Magician Synchro deck for the Synchro event, and it was whoppers, absolute whoppers. I'm not going to talk about Baronet because I already kind of covered that in the last video, but we're going to talk about the other ones. Ice Dragon's Prison, very underrated card, worked wonders for me in this event. This card really put the work in, I'm not messing. Now Ice Dragon's Prison is a super card no matter what format you're playing, what event you're on. Ice Dragon's Prison is just the real deal. I mean, it's a non-target banish. You just got to make sure you're using a monster of the same type that you're stealing from your opponent's graveyard. But the card just has so many uses, mainly in the Synchro event, because as they're kind of synchro climbing, they're sending monsters to the bin, and those monsters tend to be the same type as the ones they're about to summon. Brilliant. Opens the door for you to activate Ice Dragon's Prison and just non-target banish the two cards and cut them off on their combo right there and then. It's got multiple uses in the sense that, like, you can just steal their monster if you want it to go into your own synchro play, or you can just take it because they're going to summon it back. Yeah, it has its effects negated, but who really cares? I mean, it's a body that you're getting on the field that you can use for synchro summons, tribute summons, whatever the hell you need it for, or just to attack directly and push for game. Super card. Definitely recommend sticking it in your deck for this event. Next up for my MVPs is Vermillion Mech, level 9 synchro, generic materials, super card, absolutely brilliant. I used it a lot more than I thought I would, and I'm going to explain why. So first of all, I was summoning Apprentice Illusion very easily. I mean, she's 2 of in the deck, so more often than not I did see her in my open hand. She's a special summon, discards a card, gets a Dark Magician. Yeah, we all know that. But you open her, plus E-Tally, plus Effect Veiler, and yeah, you get yourself Vermillion Mech, and you get Baronet afterward. What does that result in? Well, Vermillion Mech will banish a tuner from the graveyard. That gives you a pop on the field. Then you summon your Effect Veiler, go into Baronet, you get your second pop. It's like I got Dragoon back, man, except without the burn damage. He's just great card, really top level 9 to stick in your deck, because you are going to be making level 9s fairly easily, whether it be with, you know, Magician Souls, you summon out your Dark Magician Girl, and then you use your Ghost Ogre or E-Tally or what have you. It's level 9s, definitely one to put in there because they are a way of sync climbing and getting yourself into Baronet. So yeah, Vermillion Mech, man, really top card. Underrated. I didn't put any water in it at all at first. I just kind of threw it in there because it sounded good. It has a bit of a recursion recycling effect that you can get a banished tuner back, so whatever tuner you banish, you'll get back from the banish zone if he gets destroyed by an opponent's card effect. So I thought, yeah, you know what, just throw him in there, he'll make up the numbers. But wow, really came in handy in this event. Got me into Baronet almost every time I went for him, and just, yeah, went push for game, and that was it. Card is just awesome sauce. You're probably wondering why I didn't just do this segment on Baronet, because, like, let's face it, Baronet was the real MVP of this deck for the event. But I already talked about him in my last video. I felt it's kind of a benign situation to talk about him again. You know, I've already went through the Baronet. If you haven't checked out my last video, definitely check it out. I explained how to use Eternal Soul and Baronet's effect to send it back to the extra deck to summon out Ghost Ogre, and you can basically just recycle and keep using Baronet and get that negation back and back again. So yeah, I could talk about him right now, but I just thought, let's talk about the card that got me him, because Vermillion Mech, it got me that pop, then Baronet comes out, gets the other pop, and then you've got a negation on the field. If you're not in the driver's seat and at least in charge of the duel by that stage, I don't know what to tell you. There really isn't much else I can say about Baronet. I mean, goddammit, the card is so good, I went out and bought one in real life. €90, worth every penny. On to my final tech choice of the MVPs, and it's gotta be Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. I've only got 2 of them in the deck, but damn, they put in a shift. I mean, getting them out of the deck with E-Tally was just amazing. really helped me go into Baron A lot. But even for its own effect, it's just really good. You know, the modern game now, you have to open 2 hand traps if you want to stand any chance of interrupting your opponent properly. 1, yeah, you might hinder them, but they'll have extenders, they'll play through it. But you hit them with 2, and you catch them at the right choke point, and there's no coming back from that. It's usually end turn, and then it's up to you to try and, you know, get something, establish a board, or go for the OTK, or whatever your kind of deck win con is. But in this situation, having her in this deck, she pairs up so well with the Dark Magician and the numerous ways you have of getting him on the field real easy, and she's just fantastic, just really good. Now obviously she doesn't negate the effect that when you trigger her, she just destroys the monster. But if it's a card that needs to stay on the field for its effect to resolve, then booyah, you now have a proper hand trap in your hand to shut them down. Now I've included most of this duel because this was actually a really good duel. I thought I had the nuts, I Nibiru'd him, I was like, yeah, how's that for an end board? You get yourself a big ass token. Like, bear in mind, I actually didn't really have a way to out this token yet. I did have E-Telly and I had Magician's Circle, so I was kind of just hoping to get something next turn, because I wasn't beating over this token. He had this token and he was gonna slap me with it, but either way he played true. I was like, okay, I Nibiru'd the guy, he's gonna keep going. At least I still have 1 hand trap left. So I wanted to see where he was going with this, and he activates his graveyard effect, tributes the token. Don't ask me why. I mean, geez, you know, 7 out of 10 times your opponent might not even have the out to get rid of that big ass token, so you at least keep it on the field for a turn and see what it's worth. But no, he kept on going, gets himself into Stardust. I'm like, okay, that kind of hinders me a little bit. Now if I use Ghost Ogre, she's gonna get negated by Stardust, and I'm kind of screwed. So yeah, I gotta see where this is going. He's sort of got me on the ropes. He's playing through it very well, I'll give him that. I thought I had this in the bag when I used that Nibiru, but this is a classic example of why you need 2 hand traps when you open. So in a 40 card deck, I seriously recommend, you know, kind of an average of 12 hand traps, or at least 12 going second cards. So they don't necessarily have to be cards you can activate during your opponent's turn. Just when it's your turn, you can use it to break their board or something. You know, you got your super polys, droplets, stuff like that. Dark Runner no more. Now I don't run some of them. Dark Runner no more I don't like because you can't OTK, and I like to OTK. Call me a madman. But either way, he manages to get rid of his Stardust and goes into shooting Majestic Star Dragon. I'm like, okay, so now we have a bit more of a problem. I'm definitely going to have to tiptoe around this monster now on my turn. But for the time being, he keeps going, keeps drawing cards with his continuous card every time he synchro summons. So I'm like, okay, keep going mate. I see you've still got gas in the tank. And he's going for yet another one. Librarian, should have known. So now he'll get 2 draws. That's not good. This guy is just really burning through his deck, and I'm still sitting here with the same 4 cards. There's no way to get to Baron A as yet, because I don't have Dark Magician or Magician's Soul or anything. Eternal Soul would be nice, but I still don't have a Dark Magician to get on the field. He activates Tuning, gets another tuner monster to his hand. There's no problem because he's already used up his normal summon this turn, so I'm not too worried about that right now. He's activated his shooting star. I'm not going to do anything just yet, because all he's really doing is negating Nibiru, which does absolutely fuck all, so that's okay. I top deck Magician's Souls, fan-freaking-tastic. Only problem is I know that's the card he's going to stop, so I'll just have to play through it, hopefully get him to use up his negation. But if he's a smart player, he'll just let all these cards run through. He'll wait for that exact moment where he can hit me the most and do the most damage and stop me in my tracks, basically. Now I did have a feeling he was going to let the terraforming resolve. There's not many people in this world who would stop terraforming. I'm probably one of those people, because I figure there's a lot of good field cards in the game. I don't know what he could be going for. Like, I could have been going for Mystic Mine. No, obviously not in Master Duel, so I'm pretty sure it's banned, but now in the TCG, someone activates terraforming. It worries me, so I tend to try and stop it if I do have the ability to stop it. But either way, he keeps letting me go. Fine. Rearrange my deck with Circle. I have the Soul Servant, that's great. Gonna activate Magician's Souls, send Dark Magician, because I'm hoping to use that Banish effect from Dark Magic Circle, which he let me activate. But no, he decides to stop me right here and now. This is the time. Now I activate Ghost Ogre. Sorry, buddy, but you're shit out of luck. And that's it. That's his monster didn't negate my card. I go through, I get Dark Magician on the field. I'm going to get Baron A out straight after it. That's GG's, bro. GG's. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.